The West's tough sanctions on Russia for its invasion of Ukraine have fueled anxieties in Bangladesh over the fate of its first nuclear power plant project funded by Moscow. As a result of US-Russian sanctions, the project may be directly or indirectly harmed. Even if the penalties pinch the project, they argue, there should be alternatives. Foreign Secretary Masud Bin Momen is not concerned since the sanctions have not yet impacted Rosatom. The project's implementer, Rosatom, claims no obligations or work schedules would be disrupted. 2 units of the facility in Rooppur and Pabna's Iswardi received a $12.65 billion loan from Russia in 2015. Over 25,000 employees, engineers, and professionals are employed on the 62,000-acre complex. The first 1,200 megawatts unit of the Rooppur Nuclear Electricity Plant is expected to start supplying power to the national grid next year. But Russia invaded Ukraine last week, alleging security concerns, resulting in unprecedented financial penalties from the US, EU, UK, and allies. Both sides have shut off their airspace. US sanctions have targeted Russia's state development bank Bank. The stringent economic measures may immediately affect transactions for the Rooppur facility, which is financed by WADE. According to economist Zahid Hossain, Rooppur may not be affected greatly if the bank pays Russian suppliers and we obtain the services and machinery. But we won't be able to undertake financial transactions between Bangladesh and Russia in dollars, euros, pounds, or yen. What if it's done in rubles? Ruble is only accepted by Russia, he stated. He thinks Russia will have trouble manufacturing and shipping needed equipment. Its economy is suffering from sanctions. Problems will arise if they cannot build plant equipment. Then there will be sanctions on transit and shipping routes. Former World Bank economist Indha Zahid said Russia would be unable to acquire many high-tech items from the US and Europe. In his opinion, the large-scale economic restrictions would certainly damage Rooppur and Bangladesh's commerce. We'll need to see whether the sanctions harm our supporters, he added. No one will be able to withdraw the money from Russia, the former IMF official remarked after learning of the US sanctions. Both Zahid and Mansour advised the government use diplomatic means to resolve any issues around Rooppur. The government may ask the US and the EU to ease sanctions exclusively for the project. Zahid urged the finance, trade, and foreign ministries to homework the matter. The Rooppur nuclear power plant project is being conducted by the Science and Technology Ministry, while the present situation is being assessed by the Foreign Ministry. Secretary Momen said the sanctions' full effect is unknown. However, rerouting financial activities to New York will undoubtedly have an effect. We still assume the sanctions won't hit Rooppur. Rooppur has a lot of Rosatom. We will be concerned if Rosatom faces penalties. We're assessing the potential direct and indirect consequences. No interruption is anticipated in any of the obligations and work timelines in the development of the Rooppur nuclear power plant, Rosatom wrote to News24.com. According to Science and Technology Secretary Ziaul Hassan, the plant's construction would not be affected by a crisis. 6,000 Russian, Ukrainian, and Kazakh people labor on the project. Other Bangladeshis. The Russian government pays them and may arrange for a different way of payment, Ziaul added. Rahul Kudus, the project site manager, claimed several portions of the facility are 70% complete. So he sees no issue with Russian banks being blocked from the international payment system SWIFT. Former Bangladesh Bank Governor Salahuddin Ahmad says Myanmar and North Korea have alternatives to tough sanctions. Alternatively, Russia may utilize another currency or do business directly with its neighbors.